So guys, there's some questions off Instagram and Facebook. If you went back 20 years in time with the knowledge that you know now, what would you have done differently? That's a great question. If I could go back 20 years, take me back to an 11-year-old kid, I would, from 11 years of age, I would start training. I definitely know what to eat better. I would eat a much better diet, much more red meat, much more neat carbs, a lot more fruit and vegetables. I would have stretched more. I would have started physiotherapy a hell of a lot earlier. I know now so much more than I knew back then. You know, the methods of recovery. There's one thing I can say that I did better than anybody in the strongman world, and I mean anybody. No one can fucking deny this. I nailed the recovery side of strongman. I built my own hyperbaric chamber. I had my own hot tub, my own cold tub, my own sauna, my own steam room. You know, everything at home. My own shockwave machine. Geez, I invested hundreds and thousands in physiotherapy kit, in physiotherapy and all sorts, and doctors and medical expense, blood tests. That's what I can say over every other athlete is I outdid everyone in the recovery side, as well as probably the work side as well. So if I could go back in time 20 years, I would do all those things from day one. You know, I didn't really start physiotherapy until I was 26. I didn't start doing the hot cold until I was 26. I didn't really bother with any of my nutrition properly until after I won the World's Strongest Man, if I'm being dead honest. So yeah, sort your food out, sort the recovery out, and train a bit more sensible. You know, I overtrained a lot when I was a kid. You know, I'd go in the gym and I'd train for 4 or 5 hours. And I'd train every fucking body part twice a week. So easy to overtrain, so easy to think the more you do, the more you gain. But that's and the problem is the more you do, the more you have to recover. And that's what I nailed in the end. Right. Next one. What keeps you motivated other than the victory when competing in strongman, when your energy declines and when you have little resources remaining? What else motivates you to keep going? Is there a zone you find yourself in, or some way you focus? I mean, motivation is a tough thing. I'm one of these guys that enjoys the hustle. You know, I enjoy the tough times. Like this now with the bicep. I'll put it this way, I set off on my journey. Let me just look at my calendar. So on the 6th of April, I mean, my calendar's been crazy this year, but I had 4 days at home at the start of April. So from the 5th of April to the 22nd of April, I was away from home. I was working, I was doing TV shows. I had 1 day back at home to do my washing, shag the wife, and get a flight the next day to America. 1 day at home. So from the 24th of April to the 13th, which was yesterday, I've been in America doing my own TV show, Eats America. So today is my only 1 day at home, and I've got to go and get a fucking surgery on my bicep. I'm meant to be on a flight tomorrow morning to go back out to America for the History Channel for another 18 days of filming. And then I've got 8-9 days off, then I'm back out to Florida again to film The World's Strongest Man. So what I'm saying is, I enjoy the hustle. As hard as this is, and it is fucking hard, it does get me down. I just want to be at home, I just want to see my kids, I want to see my wife. But it's times like, you know, like this bicep, when it did it, I'm head in hands and I'm like, what do I do? And then, you know, I wake up this morning and I'm smiling and I'm like, fuck it, let's crack on, let's get through this, let's grind on. And I do it for my family. And I know that's easy to say. Everyone say I do it for my wife and kids, but I genuinely do it for my family. I do it so my kids have a role model, someone to look up to set an example by. You know, if I can show my kids that no matter what, keep pushing forward, keep chasing your goals, then I'm setting a good example to my kids, and that genuinely makes me happy. And also I'm providing a life for them that they would never have otherwise. You know, it's quite easy for me to win the World's Strongest Man, go at home and just live off the odd appearance, you know. Do one appearance a month for the rest of my life probably. I could probably do that and live all right, but that's mediocre. I don't want mediocre. I want above and beyond me, well beyond. So that's what keeps me going, wife and kids. And I know that's an easy thing to say, but genuinely, it's the wife and kids that makes me smile and keeps me moving forward. Where is Eddie Eats America to be shown, and what's next? More TV film. So, firstly, I'm doing a big TV show for the History Channel called The Strongest Man in History. I can now at least tell you that much. Can't say when. It's going to be released later in the year in the US. Can't say when. And that's basically me, Brian Shaw, Robert Oberst, and Nick Best traveling the world, looking up legendary strongmen, you know, people like Louis Cyr, and just trying to give you an example, Holland's Axel, and, you know, people like that. Basically go back in time and try and replicate their feats of strength. And some of these guys, you know, like lifted cars up, lifted elephants up, lifted stupid amounts of weight, you know, 6,000 pounds on the back. And we've got to go see if it's doable, and if it's not doable, what did they do to trick the public? Or was it just bullshit? Did they just lie about the weights? And this is what we're there to investigate. Also a bit of culture, a bit of showcasing the areas, but mainly feats of strength and a character from the past. So that's one thing I'm doing for this channel. The other thing is I've landed my own TV show for Channel Dave in the UK, which is like, if it makes it to the US, which it should do, it'd be like the equivalent of Channel Bravo. And that's basically my own TV show where well, I think I've already told you this. No, I've already told you in another video, but it's basically me doing a Man vs Food episode where I do a culture stop. So I'll go and do a culture stop to the local area, watch the delicacy to that local area, try it, make it, bit of culture, you know, what the area is about. Then I'll do a strength challenge. That could be me pulling a plane, it could be me lifting up some girls in the park, it could be anything. And then a food challenge where I take on, you know, a huge challenge or a hot challenge or a speed challenge, and basically my own sort of food show, and that's going to be on Channel Dave. So plenty going on. Later in the year I'm doing a big documentary of Arnold Schwarzenegger that's in the making now, putting a hell of a lot of investment and time into that. And then yeah, I'm just networking with a load of TV producers, filmmakers, and hoping to fuck that all this hard work and all these acting lessons I've been doing for almost 2 years now pay off, and I land a decent role in a film. So that's where I'm at with that. Alright, next question. Beast, how much has winning the Worlds changed your life? And being quite local to Stoke, what impact has that had on your popularity within the area? Much love, brother. Well, I mean, the popularity in the area doesn't make any difference. You know, it's popularity in the whole of the UK is pretty ridiculous. I can't go anywhere. I can't go shopping. I can't take my kids out. I can't go out for a meal. I mean, you know, I have to travel in first class on the train. Otherwise, I'd just be pestered for photos and autographs all the way down. It's pretty fucking demanding, you know. I can really feel for celebs that get pissed off with people, you know. I never forget watching a documentary on the Beatles, and know any of their level, but I remember they hated people towards the end, and that's what split them up, is that the people destroyed them. They just would not leave them alone. And so when I heard that, I thought, fucking hell, they'll be up their own arse, you know, can't handle fame. Well, you know, if it was me, I'd be standing outside all day doing pictures and autographs with people. But now I am almost that sort of person. what do you fuck? We've all got lives, you know. Imagine this. Imagine taking your kids to a zoo, and the whole fucking day, all you're asked for is pictures. All day, every fucking 5 steps. Oh, Eddie, can I have a picture? Yeah, sure, man. I'll just stop. Yeah, there's 30 seconds, 5 meters. Another 30 seconds, 5 meters. Before you know it, I've spent the whole day doing pictures for people, and my kids have only seen the fucking giraffes. And that's the reality, and that did happen to me. So, you know, I'm entitled to a life like everybody else, and I tell people to fuck off. You know, if I'm in a bad mood, if I'm in a rush, but I'm entitled to tell people to fuck off. You know, I will say, people ask me for a picture, I'll say, sorry mate, I'm in a rush, I've got to go. I'll say sorry, I'll move on. And if people come up to me, like for instance, I was riding my bike through Stoke one day, and my pedal snapped off, and I was going up a hill. And I've got my bike on its back, and I'm trying to get my pedal back on with a tiny little shitty spanner, and people kept pulling over in the cars and getting pictures with me. And then it was just some unfortunate car of lads, you know, a Vauxhall Corsa pulled up, they got out, 5-6 lads got out. Oh, hey, can I have a picture? I just went, no mate, I'm having a bad day. Why, what's up? I just fuck off, just fucking leave me alone. I don't want to explain to you what's happened to me again. You know, for like the 20th person. I just want to fix my fucking bike and get home. So, it sounds bad me moaning about it, but it's hard. It's genuinely hard. You know, popularity is a tough thing to handle. It really is. How has the World's Strongest Man changed my life since I won it? It's just got more crazy. You know, obviously, a lot more opportunities. Invited on no-ended TV shows, opportunities with these TV shows I'm doing. Film producers want to meet me, you know, and they're asking to meet me as well as I'm asking to meet them. But people are asking to meet me to go into films. It's a bit crazy, you know. Life's changed for the better, definitely. It's given me a hell of a lot more opportunities. And remember this, just remember this: if I came second at World's Strongest Man, I wouldn't have a single opportunity. No one gives a shit about second place. And that's the harsh reality of sport in general. No one remembers second place. When were you competing as a strongman? You had to sleep with an oxygen mask on at night. Has this changed since you've lost all the weight? It's not an oxygen mask, it's a CPAP machine. It's so common. Most truck drivers have it. Anyone with a 17-inch neck plus has most likely got it. If you snore, you've most likely got it. If you're fat, you most likely got it. It's not an oxygen machine. It's basically a machine that just pushes pressure through your airways and just keeps your airways open. It keeps you alive. It's really common. I don't know what to say. I still use it. You know, I'm still a big guy. I'm still 26 stone. I'm still 370 pounds. So I don't know what to say. You know, it's something that I'll probably sleep with for the rest of my life because I get a good night's sleep on it. Why would I stop using it if I don't need to stop using it? I guess is what I'm saying. I sleep well, so, and I think the machine helps me sleep well. I could probably get away without using it right now, but I don't think my sleep would be as good. So, and I want to be able to get up every day and attack my day. I'm going to do one more question, guys, and then we'll wrap this up. Do you ever wish you had pursued a different career in life, perhaps a full-time swimmer? It's a good one. So as I'm sure I've said many times, and you've probably heard, I was a national swimming champion when I was a kid. Best in the country for 3 years running. Smashed British records. I was on the World Potential Swimming Squad, so basically the junior Olympic team. And yeah, I was thriving. I love swimming. I attacked swimming as hard as I did the strongman. I thrived off performing. I thrived off improving myself day in, day out. And even like 10, 11, 12 years old, I was obsessed with eating right and training as hard as I could and stretching and, you know, pretty obsessed with swimming. And then for whatever reason, I left the swimming team and stopped swimming altogether, and my life turned to shit, really. I lost my way, got in a lot of trouble at school and so on, but I look back and I think if I'd have carried on with swimming, I would have dominated it. And I know that's an easy thing to say, but I know my personality, I know my talents, I know my limits. I genuinely believe I would have gone on and won Olympic gold medals in swimming for England. I'm certain of that, certain. But then I look back and I think to myself, there's been thousands of people that have won Olympic gold medals, thousands. There's only 19 men on this planet that have won the world's strongest man. And one of them sat right here. So I could have been one of thousands or one of 19. And I think the latter is, to me, much more solid, much more important, much more in the history books, and something that has set me up for life. Whereas if I'd have pursued the swimming, you never know. You know, personality takes you a long way, but at the end of the day, I know guys that have won the Olympics and gone back to normal jobs. So, swings and roundabouts, but I'm kind of glad I took the strongman route. Right, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for the questions, and please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more content now. I'm back in the UK as of July, so another month or two of hard work yet, but yeah, thanks for the support, guys. See you later.
I'm a motherfucking beast. I'm a motherfucking beast.